Hello, it's me, and I do apologise if throughout this video you can hear my washing. I've also got a ring light on in front of me today and it's not doing me any favours. Like, look at this. Look at these dark circles. And you can even see the patch of my lashes missing. This is not the one, but gotta do it for the tube, the YouTube, if you didn't get my drift. So let's ignore all of Jess's flaws, please and thank you. Today I'm bringing you a book haul, and I was just going to do the books I accumulated through January, February and March, but I couldn't be bothered to sort through when I got each book. So these are all the new books I've got this year so far. There are over 50 books and I am a little bit amused and appalled at myself. So going forward, we're going to do a lot less spending on books, aren't we, Jess? Yes, we are, because this is insane to me that I've got this many. We're going to get right into it because we have a lot. So all the books behind me along here, these are all the new books, and we're going to do rapid fire. Here's a book haul. I have categorized them. So all the books in front of me here that we're going to go through first, these are all books I've already read. This isn't the order I read them in. We're just going to go through as we do. So this is Blood and Roses by Callie Hart. This is the same author as Quicksilver and Brimstone. So those are two romantasy books that are in my top tier. They are 5-star romantasy books, and this is a dark romance by the same author. She's a doctor and her sister goes missing. She enlists the help of a dark person. It's a bit twisted. If you're not into dark romance, I wouldn't recommend. Always with dark romance, search up trigger warnings because a lot of them are very triggering. Then we have Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. I don't know why it took me a minute there. However, this is her first fictional book. She also wrote I'm Glad My Mum Died. Oh no, I think I also bought that this year. I enjoyed the writing. The story was okay, made me feel a bit sick at times. It was a bit messy, but I love the writing style and I would like more from this author. Again, I did read this one actually in a previous video. It's the last video that I filmed, and this is the Foxhole Court. Sorry, I got my nails done and now I like to tap, 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 tap. It's got mob, it's got runaways, it's got trauma. It has lusting, but no actual romance at this stage. It's part of a series and it's got a fictional sport in it called Exy. Not amazing writing, but love the story. I give this a 4-star and I am going to continue the series. Also in that last video, I read The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez and I gave this a 6-star. This is my new favourite romance currently. I absolutely adored this book and I do talk more about this book in my previous video. Abby Jimenez has done a lot of romance books where there is still a lot of plot. However, this is my favourite so far. You've got Larissa, who ends up falling in love with her boyfriend's best friend, and it's wonderful. We got Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the Imperium series. Dragons, wonderful, 6 stars every single book. This is my top tier. This is my god tier book series. I am not going to get into what it's about because if you don't know and you're looking for book recommendations, you don't even need to know there are dragons, there's love, there's lots of romance, there's smart, there's action, there's politics. It is a wonderful series and I could not recommend anything more than this book series. I have read this book, so this is Any Troop But You. I ended up really enjoying it. So you've got an author and she writes alternative endings in secret to her books, and they are not the most wonderful endings for her characters because she doesn't feel like the endings she generally publishes are realistic. So she writes alternative endings, it gets leaked and everyone thinks that she's a hypocrite or a fraud or whatever. So she goes on a retreat to find herself to write a mystery book and love blossoms. Next up we have Bad Bishop by LJ Shen. And this was a 5-star. This is a dark romance. I mean, one of the first things that happens to the male main character is he gets his eyeball cut out, and it's quite graphic and quite morbid and quite gross, and it made me feel a bit sick. Yeah, I gave the book a 5-star because it just got better and better as I read on. His wife at the start of this book tries to kill him about 3 times. It's wonderful. Again, dark romance, search up your trigger warnings. and this is part of a series. The second book comes out this month and I'm so excited. This is one I will definitely be reading all of them. I have more LJ Sheen in the stack behind me that I'm yet to read, and so far she has made a very good impression. Yet is one book. Another dark romance, Kiss the Villain, 5 stars. Again, I am in my dark romance girly era. I adored this. It was so good. Sorry, that was a bit dramatic. This is romance. This is Student Professor. It's a bit of forbidden love. They are also part of like mobs, and they are I don't know if their families are so much opposing, but I would recommend reading this one. A lot of smart. I would say genuinely, like, this much smart and this much plot, but I was here for every second of it. It made me so emotional. There was like obviously the steam and you get a bit, but there was parts of it as well that ripped my heart out. I thought this was wonderful, and I cannot understand anyone that gave up on this or rated it below a 3. Like, who are you and why? Fairy Tale by Veronica Lancet. I do think upon a reread I would enjoy it more, so we've still got high hopes. And I did tab the first one, so I do want to do a reread, and now we have 2 copies. August 1955. Miss Darcy O'Sullivan, an orphaned English teacher from Boston, receives a letter that her biological father passed away. She is surprised to find herself included in his will. There is only one condition: she must travel to Ferrydale to attend his funeral. With the promise of a sizable inheritance, Darcy decides to journey to the small coastal town that holds the secrets of her birth. But the moment she sets foot in Ferrydale, things start to go amiss. Odd residents, odd rumours, odd deaths. Everything about Ferrydale is odd, including broody Caleb Hale, part of the infamous Hale family. During the day, Darcy falls deeper and deeper under his spell as he forces her to step out of her comfort zone and embrace her inner sensuality. But at night is another man who haunts her dreams. A nobleman who lived 2 centuries ago. Ferrydale, Hemlock and Silver. Bit of mirror-esque stuff going on here. I did love this book. Do you know what? As I was reading it, I thought this is very Snow White vibes, and it is actually a Snow White retelling, which I didn't know going into this. I preferred this than the original Snow White story. There are no dwarves. I'm just going to put that in there in case you get a bit confused. I don't know why you would, but there we go. This is Snow White retelling, which I didn't realise. Loved it. And I think that's all you should know going into this. I do highly recommend it. This is by Kingfisher. Secrets in the Dark, another one that I have finished. This is part of the Dark Winter novel series. There are 4 books in the series. I bought 3 of them the start of this year because I already had the first one. The first one I gave 4 stars. The second one, which is Secrets in the Dark by Darcy Coates, I gave 4.5. I am currently reading Whispers in the Dark, which is the 3rd book in the series, and it's over there. So I do apologise, I'm not showing it. I mean, do you really need to see the cover of the 3rd one? If you do, sauce. Highly recommend. It is an apocalyptic world. Our main character wakes up forgetting why she has travelled, why she's injured, and there's a strange guy that has helped her. What she isn't aware of is that the world has gone into chaos and there is an apocalypse. The Wings That Bind by Briar Boleyn is the 3rd book in the Bloodwing Academy series. The first 2 books were 5 stars for me. I do love the dragon scaled sprayed edge. Each book has a different colour. I think that's so fun. So this is the Waterstones exclusive. I do usually try to take my stickers off. I don't always. Sometimes I forget and I just pop it on the shelf. It follows our main character Medra, and she wakes up in a new universe. She has red hair, which indicates that she has dragon rider blood. However, she has no idea about dragon riding. She has no idea that dragons exist, anything like that. She gets thrown into a vampire academy and everyone is basically her enemy at this point. It is a great series so far. Like I said, the first 2 books I gave a 5 star. This one was a tad disappointing, but I will still continue the series. There's nothing wrong with a 3.75. I mean, it was just shy of a 4-star, but I just wanted it to be better. We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark is my favourite read of the year so far. This is a new romantasy series and I have got the Fairy Loot edition. Love her so much. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this cover. And then you've got, help, beautiful, love it. Bless you, my boy, you sneezing. So, stunning book. I already want to pick it up and reread it all over again. And this is following our main character, who is a sigil marked, and our main male character is a vampire. So you've got vampires, sigil marked, and mundanes, which are just your regular humans. However, sigil marked come in like categories. There's a lot to this book to pitch it, so if you want to know more, my previous video has more on this book, but she goes into some deadly trials. It's a wonderful time. I adore it. I don't think I will sell it to you too much because I could just keep talking about this book non-stop, so let's just leave it there. This is the last book so far that I have bought this year that I've already read, and this is The Isle in the Silver Sea by Tasha Suri. Again, another beautiful, beautiful edition. Is this Fairy Loot as well? No, I think this might be Illumicrate. This is an Illumicrate edition. And again, it's got the artwork on the inside, artwork on the cover. Again, it's a stunning edition. I love my special edition books, as you can tell. There's an isle that thrives off of retellings of stories. So we've got the Knight and the Witch, and they are incarnates to the Knight and the Witch story, and they are destined to kill each other. That's all you need to know. This pile here is, they're either the start of a series or continuing a series. This pile is special editions, and then this is just where we went rogue. We have a 3-book series here. The first book in this trilogy is Truly Madly Deeply, and this is the Forbidden Love series by LJ Sheen. I have not started this yet. The last one is the most highly rated, which is Handsome Devil. In a way, that's good because I have something to look forward to, but I'm hoping to enjoy all of them. They are dark romance, and I don't know too much about them. Truly Madly Deeply is our first one. This old flame just might set them on fire. Conceited, unattainable, and downright delicious. Renowned Michelin-starred chef Ambrose Casablancas has one passion in life: food. I am not usually a big fan of reading about chefs. We'll see how we get on. Women are a distraction, and he doesn't do those, especially not Cal Litvin, his little sister's best friend. Ooh, little sister's best friend, that's cute. She's awkward, eccentric, infuriating, and she's also hotter than his kitchen. Damn, girl! For Cal, falling for the bad boy the second time around would be a huge mistake, but Ambrose's resolve, like his patience, is ebbing each day Cal works at his restaurant. That sounds epic. So we've got other characters in the other 2 books, but we're not going to delve into that right now. This is the first book in a series, and this is Servant of Earth by Sara. This is part of a romantasy series, and the first 2 books are out, but the second one's only out in hardback, and I can't be doing that. I have to get the second one in paperback as well. Only the strong and ruthless rule in the Fae realm, but a young human woman is destined to change it all. I have heard such wonderful things about this book, and I'd seen so many 5 stars on and on my Bookstagram, on my BookTok, everywhere. So I had to pick it up, and I kept seeing people saying that it was in the works. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I just caved and bought it from somewhere else. This book, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. How stunning is this cover? 2 rival ornithologists seeking one dangerous, beautiful bird. Is the hunt of their lives also how they find the love of their lives? And this is very whimsical. It's a very like cozy fantasy, and I have seen her other books around, but none of them have intrigued me like this one has. I don't think it helps that this cover is just drawn to me, whereas her other book covers are like, they don't appeal to me like this one does. And I know I shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but we all do it. It's just a way of life. It's just fact. Can't be helped. Like, the thing is, if I want to read a book and the cover is just not speaking to me, it's like absolutely, then I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd read it on my Kindle and just not own it. So, tis what it is. Mortal, and this is by Su Lin Tang. And I've wanted to read a book by her for ages. She hasn't got a massive backlog, but she keeps bringing more books out. And this is just so beautiful. I had to have it. That's just no excuse. Do you know what? I don't know if I bought this the end of last year or the beginning of this year, but I thought is no, so I'd include it in this haul anyway. What the gods did not give us, I would take. A deadly betrayal, a dangerous alliance, a fight for survival. Gideon the Ninth. Sorry, you can see the ring light. Look at the flop on this book. Just, how do I show you? Like that? Brought up by unfriendly nuns, ancient retainers, and countless skeletons, Gideon is ready to abandon a life of servitude and an afterlife as a reanimated corpse. She packs up her sword, her shoes, and her dirty magazines and prepares to launch her daring escape. But her childhood nemesis won't set her free without a service. Oh, so Horror is the next book as well, because it mentions Horror. So Horror the Ninth is the second one in this series. I don't know how long this series is. It just says story continues and it's got Horror there. I presumed Gideon would be a boy. I don't know why that is. Is that just me? Then we have The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia. I think this is a duology, but to be perfectly honest, I cannot remember. Oh, it's got some art. Didn't realise that was in there. Okay, The Poisoner series. The Poisoner series, I was right. I did think there was going to be more than one with this book. All we need to know regarding this book is our main character is a botanist and a hobbyist poisoner, and she has been making a pastime of killing unsavoury men. Do we need to know more? I don't think so. Another dark romance, and it says book 1. I believe I've pre-ordered the next 2 because they are not actually traditionally published yet. They are still only indie published, but I have pre-ordered a book 2 and 3. The Edge of Darkness trilogy by Lee Rivers. If he can't have her, no one else can. So Cade Mitchell is obsessed with someone he despises. A snake in angel's skin, Stacey Rhodes is everything he can't have. The girl who shattered his heart and drove him deep into the darkness of the underworld. He's watched her for years, killed anyone who came close to her, but now, with a brief moment of freedom for the life he's trapped in, he is back home and ready to reclaim what's his and break his every rule. Not even his hatred can stop the pull between them, but he'll never forgive her, will he? Ultimate dark romance. Like I said, if you're into dark romance, then just check trigger warnings. If not, please skip and don't put yourself through it. Dark romance, Hunt the Villain. I am going to be picking this book up next. So this is an immediate read for me. This is another romance, the Villain series. Rena Kent has a lot of series. She actually has on her Instagram a list of the order you should read them in. However, I started with like number 9 on that list and I've gone down in the correct order from there, but I will be going back and reading her other books after this one. Then we have 3 books by the same author. I don't believe these are connected at all, but I have been so intrigued by these books for a long time. Is where I also got the Black Winter series from. So this is the final book by Darcy Coates in the Black Winter series. I do think after this series I will be picking up more Darcy Coates because I've really enjoyed it. So I was making an order for these books and these were on the same website and I was like, do you know what? I've wanted them for a while. I'm going to give them a go. So they're all by Isabel Canas. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce her name and I've probably just butchered it. So I do apologise with all my fibres of my being. So we've got Vampires El Norte. This is supposed to be horror, but apparently it's romance more than horror, which is very interesting to me. The Possession of Alba Diaz, and then the... Why can't I read the titles? I mean, I've just bought this. I'm expected to read it, and yet the Huckanidea. The next stack is a special edition or signed. So the first one in the list is In Her Own League by Liz Tomford. There we go. So this is a spin-off from the Windy City series, which is behind me. Here it is. Here's the Windy City series. There's one book up here. In the Windy City series, there is a coach. The coach is, I think, 2 of the characters from that one. Anyway, his daughter is one of the main female love interests in one of those books. And then now we have his story. So a woman is coming in to take over this baseball team. She's going to own it, and they fall in love. Obviously, it's a romance. She's in her own league. He's a bit older. We should have quite a mature romance book on our hands, but I have not read it yet. I just had to pick it up because it's part of this series. And it's weird to me because the series, the original series started off so strong. I was like giving every book like 5 stars, loving it. And then the last 2 that came out really dipped for me. And yet they're probably some of the highest rating. I'm just obviously not one, it was just obviously not vibing with me. So I'm not in a hurry to pick this up. I just wanted to have it as part of the series. I am going to read it. I was loving that series and I was on such a high with it, and then just when it took a turn I was a bit like, oh. So now your girl's into dark romance. And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison, and she is a sprayed edge girly. She is the second book in a series, and there is a sprayed edge that I own for the first book as well. The first book is First Time Caller, and that was great. That was where her daughter called in to this dating radio station and asked about love for her mother, and it was adorable. It was great, and I do like a B.K. Borison book. I read B.K. Borison's Christmas book the end of last year and I absolutely loved it. With this one, I'm not sure what is happening. I just picked it up because it was the second one to a book I already liked. Okay, so I believe both the characters in this one we have met in the first one, and I believe they do clash a little bit, and is going to be not quite enemies to lovers, but like distaste to lovers. Next up we have A Stage Set for Villains, which is by Shannon J. Spann, and we've got an arrow on the side with a little drip and the leafy pattern, which is quite cool. I like that. I like that this is a mini hardback. It's a cutesy one. So we've got a smaller hardback. I love a small hardback. If all books were small in hardback, that's my dream. Fantastic. This is a standalone, which I like. I love my series, but sometimes you just need a good standalone book to pick up. So this is a dark fantasy. So the gods are dead. All that's left are the players. The performers of the playhouse are as worshipped as they are feared. So their enchanting shows bending hearts, minds, and even reality itself. They're vicious, godlike, and lethal. 18-year-old Riven knows the dangers better than anyone after her own encounter with a player, resulting in a curse that is slowly killing her. When the playhouse announces a spectacle of a lifetime, a chance for one mortal to steal a player's immortality, she sees her last chance to live. Desperate for answers, she infiltrates the competition. There she finds Jude, the playhouse's brilliant, miraculous lead player, whose charm is as dangerous as his craft, and strikes a deadly bargain to save her life. And I love this cover. Do you know what? I love this, how this book looks so much. If I don't enjoy it, it's staying on my bookshelf, unless I hate it. Let's not put that into universe though, bad juju. And we have The Poet Empress by Shen Teo, and this really bugs me. I don't know if I'm gonna have to glue it down or something. The first one I bought had a rip here, so I sent it back, and now I've got one that has this, and it was driving me mad. It is glittery. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Yes. You see a little bit of glitter, and then it has the glittery pages as well. I don't know what the naked hardback is like. Oh, it's quite a pretty one. I like. Good. We have Wei Yin, who is our main character in this. So she's had another death in the family. The village is on the brink of starvation and she's going to do anything to save those she loves. So she becomes the princess chosen and she becomes center involvement in this war that is happening. I did buy it for it being a special edition, but this. And also, I don't like how papery this is. I kind of wish it was a bit more shiny because I feel like this is just going to happen too easily. In a Mortar by Ava Reed. I adore the sprayed edge on this one. I love that it looks like someone's just got a pen and kind of coloured it in all cutesy and pretty. This is a gothic fantasy, so we've got another dark one. This is about necromancy, vengeance, soul-consuming love. So our main character has been silent for some time, so she's not spoken a word in 7 years. However, now she has her orders. She must recapture the secrets of death magic and avenge her family's fallen honour. We also have Fallen City by Adrienne Young. I love this cover. She is beauty, she is grace, she is stunning. What a beauty we have. Behold the glamorous Fallen City. Open her up. Oh my God. We got this guy on the other side. We've got our 2 main characters that need to form an alliance in this book as a secret comes to light that throws the city in chaos. They hatch a plot to create a calculated alliance that could tip the scales of power. We also have A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena, and again, a beautiful, beautiful book. This is a fairy loot. She's beauty, also she is grace. Look at her. Why is it that the like artwork inside just slaps that much harder? Like, are you for real? Like, come on, let's put this kind of art on the front, please. We've got a main character here that was once a dancer in the king's elite court until she is framed for murder. She is released on certain terms. There is rivalry between brothers and she will most likely be caught in the middle of it. We are going to be packed full in this book. Then we have Graceless Heart by Isabel Abenza. I apologise for me pronouncing names, okay? And this is, again, absolutely gorgeous. Another fairy loot special, and I just think this is one of the most stunning covers. Like, I cannot get enough of this. I don't even know what that sound was. We have a sculptress who has always shaped beauty from stone. However, she has a terrible secret. Desperate to save her brother, she enters a competition hosted by Florence's most feared immortal family, reveled in dark power in a city where magic is forbidden. Now a captive in the cutthroat city, Ravenna is forced into a dangerous task where failure means certain death at the hands of Sorrentino di Luni, the immortal family's mesmerizing but merciless heir. As he draws her closer, Ravenna realizes the true threat lies beyond Florence's walls. I live for this cover. So this isn't a special edition, but we have a signed edition, and it's a very, very small one. Like what a signed page does for you. Not for the first time, in fact, for the 343rd time, Jill Doll Blaine finds herself crashing down to earth, head first, rear up, to accompany her latest charge into the afterlife. She soon realizes, however, that this man is not quite like the others. For powerful oil tycoon K.J. Bone will not be consoled because he has nothing to regret. He lived a big, bold life and the world is better for it, isn't it? As death approaches, a cast of worldly and otherworldly visitors arrive. Crowds of people and animals, alive and dead, materialize. Birds swarm at the dying man's room, and associates from decades past show up, all clamoring for a reckoning. In this electronic novel, brimming with explosive imagination, George Sanders confirms the biggest issues of our time with the trademark humour and warmth, spinning a tale that encompasses life and death, good and evil, and the inevitable question, who else could we be but exactly who we are? And to be honest, I really vibe with this book. I am just concerned by the length of it. I have been trying to get into smaller books, but I just want more from them. I'm really greedy when it comes to my books. I just want more. So this is Vigil by George Sanders, and I don't think I have read any of his books. Then we have Wolfram by T. Kingfisher, an exclusive beauty here. I love these edges. All of T. Kingfisher's novels, I believe, are quite quirky and a bit weird. I love this signed page. Can you see it? 1899. And Sonia Wilson is a scientific illustrator without work prospects or hope. When the reclusive Dr. Holder offers her a position illustrating his vast collection of insects, Sonia jumps at the chance to move to his North California manor house and put her talents to use. But soon enough, she finds that there are darker things at work in the California woods. What happened to her professor? Why are animals acting so strangely? And what is behind the particular local whispers about blood thieves? This sounds juicy. This sounds brilliant. Another fairly small hardback. Then we have this chunky monster. This is Mother of Death and Dawn by Carissa Broadbent, and this is the War of Lost Hearts book 3. It is a trilogy, so this is the final book. I have only read the first one, and I'm going to do a reread before jumping into books 2 and 3. Another signed baby girl. So this sprayed edge is just got the cover on it, which I love. A lot of people are like, that's boring. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beauty, and I love that I have my hands on it. All 3 of them have this kind of design, and the first book follows our main character that, from what I can remember, kind of struggles with her magic. She asks for a tutor to teach her things again, and I believe she's out for revenge or looking to enter some type of war. I honestly cannot remember much of it, which is why I want to reread. At the time I did read it, it was a 5-star, so I just know when I get back into it, I think everything's going to come back to me and I'm going to love the whole trilogy. I just haven't got there just yet. We're on our final stack of books here. This one I literally picked up because I went into Waterstones and I just really wanted to buy a book. This spoke to me. I believe this has been republished. This is Rebecca by Daphne de Maurier. First published in Great Britain in 1938. Published in 2003 again, and now this edition was published in 2025. Sounds like it's still doing well, and if I like this one, then again, backlists are always available for me to look into more of her work. Everyone knows that Maxim de Winter was obsessed with his glamorous wife and devastated by her tragic death. So when he proposes to a shy, anxious young woman after a whirlwind meeting in the south of France, no one is more surprised than his new bride herself. But when they reach the Madeleine, his beautiful, isolated Cornish mansion, the second Mrs. de Winter begins to realise that every inch of her home and everyone in it still belongs to Rebecca. Just appealed to me. Then this is such a hideous cover in my opinion. I'm sorry, Sophie Kemp, who is the author. I do apologize. This is the best out of 2 terrible covers. This is Paradise Logic, and apparently this is quite bizarre. It's quite a small book. It is a woman that is obsessed with becoming the perfect girlfriend and the journey that she goes on. And it is, we've got a mega flop. Then I've got Addicted to Anxiety by Owen O'Kane, and I did want to start picking up more non-fiction, so I bought this because I did start reading a little bit of it and it does kind of speak to me, and then I just forget to pick it up. But I do want to try more non-fiction this year. The Mezzanine by Nicholas Barker, and it's a tiny little one, and the whole book is a guy on an elevator. I have no words. A book by Rachel Harrison, which is Plain Nice. I love this cover. This book just spoke to me. I wanted to read it. This is Cleo Louise Barnes leads a perfect picture of life as a stylist and influencer, but beneath the glossy veneer, she harbours a not so glamorous secret. She grew up in a haunted house. Well, not haunted, possessed. After Cleo's parents' messy divorce, her mother Alex moved Cleo and her sisters into a house occupied by a demon. Girl! So this is Love in the Fast Lane by Tyra Prince. And I don't think I've read anything by this author, but I'm in my Formula One era and I have decided that this is going to be the new thing that I like to read about. So Love in the Fast Lane, we got Cody Thompson has her life all planned out, attend university with her boyfriend Rob and find her dream job on a motor racing team. But one phone call changes everything. Falcon Racing needs her as an engineer for the upcoming season. Rob is less than pleased that her plans has fallen apart, and Cody arrives in Melbourne, heartbroken and single, ready for the first race. We got our main female character that is ready to help out on the race. Broken Country. Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. This has made a fair few people cry, as far as I am aware. So Beth was 17 when she first met Gabriel. Then he left and it was Frank who picked up the pieces. But when Gabriel comes back years later, their connection is instant. People in the village said nothing good would come of Gabriel's return, and as Beth looks at the man she loves on trial for murder, she can't help thinking they were right. Oh, damn, girl. I expect some feelings to be coming out. We have The Future Stinks by Ashley Winstead, and I own all of Ashley Winstead's books, I believe, so I couldn't let this one slip through my fingers, could I? A Band on the Brink, a love worth playing for. I love her thriller books. Her thriller books are top tier thrillers for me personally. This is something a little bit different by her. Focus on a band. Not usually my favourite thing to read about, but we'll give it a go. I just literally scratched my nose on this tiny little spot, was popped, and now my eyes watering. We have The Formula, and this is co-written by Joshua Robinson and Jonathan Clegg, and this apparently, says Sam Walker, author of The Captain Glass, is hands down the greatest book ever written about F1. This is how rogues, geniuses and speed freaks made Formula One the world's fastest growing sport. For all my Formula One needs, thought we would read a little bit about it. I actually am really excited for this one. Next we have Fruit of the Flesh by Ivy Ophelia, same author of The Poisoner. Quite a decent flop on this one. It's quite a bit like, it's taller than your average like paperback. It's a tall girl. Devours those who dare to taste it. It's in early 1900s New York. We've got a former ballerina making an unconventional choice. Marry struggling sculptor. For her, it's an escape from her family's unsavory legacy. For him, the de Villiers name promises the patronage his art desperately needs. It should be a simple arrangement. But beneath their marriage of convenience lurks a darker recognition. In each other, they see a reflection of their own dangerous appetite. As blurred secrets surface and bodies begin disappearing, both of them discover their union runs deeper than social advantage. Their shared obsession draws them into an intoxicating dance of predator and prey, though it's never quite clear who is which. Me and my sister went out and she picked us up both a copy of That Kind of Guy, I believe it's called. Yes, and why did I get one that has an old sticker on it? Like, why didn't I actually think to myself, let's check for a cover that isn't already been tampered with. So this is by Stephanie Archer. This is the first one in the Queen's Cove series. So we've got my arrogant fake fiance, I can't stand him. Thankfully, I'm the last woman who would ever fall for him. Oh, really? I love a fake fiance though, so I think I might fall for it. Then we have Julie Chen is Dead, and I've been waiting for this to come out on paperback because I've heard fantastic things, and this is about twins. So Julie has nothing, Chloe has everything, and Julie decides to become Chloe. So it's Julie that is supposedly dead. By Lian Zhang. Last book we have Weavenshaw by Hebra Al-Wasiti. I like this cover. I think this is a great cover. Weavenshaw. The price to enter is your darkest secret. Lena didn't believe in monsters until she saw Weavenshaw. Lena has a secret, one that has haunted her since she was 17. She can see the dead. When her brother falls ill, she knows what she must do. Seek the saint. So the darker the secret, the higher the price. Oh, I am really sorry if me tapping things with my nails has irritated you through this video. It's probably going to irritate me editing it. I just cannot help it. So those are all the books that I have bought the start of this year, and I am hoping to slow down with my book buying. I am predicting a lot of favourites for these books. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're going to buy any of these books. Do what you got to do. Okay, I'm going to go now. I need a snack. Bye.